Very good. Yeah, Bundy's going out, but as far as Antonio goes live, that's not a result. Coming, he's lucky around. What? Yeah.
Oh, there you are. If you sit back down, oh, you're going to get up here and film too.
Oh, you want to see it? I won't. I was going to walk and get mine.
Yeah. There's Antonio. He's a cool dude. He interviewed me for Channel 3. I'll be on Vegas News tonight.
Hey, this thing's alive.
There's Vinny Eastwood.
Well, what a beautiful day.
I'm sorry, Pete Santilli.
And, you know, I'm all excited. All of these cameras, the media must have something to tell me. You know, the last time you all circled around me, you know, we the people sent you on a mission, and we were supposed to tell me what Sheriff Gillespie was going to do about taking those guns away and report back to me, back to us. Where you been? Where did those guns go? Did those guns go in that garbage can and come before the flags here in front of the people, or did those guns disappear out in America? Are they out there cocked and ready to point at somebody else? You know, I don't believe anybody around here is going to put up with that anymore. But I did think it was the media's job to find out where those guns went. And where did they go? America wants to know. Not only America wants to know, the whole world wants to know where those guns went. It's time to take those guns away from these bureaucrats. They don't need them, and we definitely not going to pay them to carry around and point them at us. So why don't we just take those guns away?
There's one of the guards I interviewed. He's on YouTube. Great guy, really nice.
Take care of our life, liberty, and property. And if we need those guns overseas or to protect our borders, we do have, I think, the strongest army in the world. Let's let them take care of that part. What are you out here for? Somebody got a question?
Hey, Cliven, do you really think that African Americans would be better off as slaves?
Well, the question is are they slaves the way they are? Or where they live, slaves to charity and government subsidized homes? And are they slaves when their daughters are having abortions and their sons are in the prisons? And you know, this thought goes back a long time. Over the years, let's go back even 40 years ago, when I'd go through Las Vegas, I would see the black community. I drive through that, and they was in sort of government subsidies homes then also. And you know what I would see? I'd see the older people standing and sitting on the porches. They didn't have a porch; it was just a sidewalk, concrete sidewalk. There'd be a few children playing around, and you know, I could see sadness on those people's face. I don't think they was happy with their government subsidy home. They sort of looked to me like they were slaves. And you know, I thought, would they be happier if they was home with their, talking about the South, where they come from, and they come to Las Vegas for something better? But would have they been happier at home with their gardens and their chickens and their children playing around them and their family having work to do? Would they? That was the question I asked, and I ask you, would they be happier? You know, I've worked with the black people, I expressed this once before. I spent time in Los Angeles, and I seen where the Watts riot. I was right in the middle of it. I was on one end of it when it started, when they burned the first building down. And I happened to be on the other end, 20 miles towards the ocean, when they burned the last lumber yard down. So, I didn't understand those people very much. I couldn't understand. They was burning their own city down. It wasn't a white man burning it. It wasn't a foreign enemy burning it. It was the Negro people burning their own city. And let me tell you a little experience. This experience happened 40 years ago. It was only a couple of days ago I realized what happened. I told you that I was on the east side of Los Angeles City, and I watched the first building burn down. I spent 3 days in a hotel in about the 14th, 15th story, and I looked out the window, and I could see the same picture as I could see on the TV. So the TV crew was in the same building, about the same elevation and everything as I was, filming the Watts riot. Well, I was there without a car. I'd been doing construction work. I had no car. I'd run out about 3 days to run out of money. And so I called the only people I knew, and they were two Mormon missionaries. It was down in Long Beach, California. And I said, my car's down there, and I'm out of money, and see if you can come and get me. Anyway, they went around Los Angeles and come in the back way, and they found me. But there's one problem. We was broke. We didn't have no money to buy gas, and the shortest way home was down the Harbor Freeway. And the Harbor Freeway is about an 8-lane road headed towards the beach. And we got on that road, and there was not one car on the freeway. And as we headed towards the ocean west, we was traveling, and all of a sudden, there was two cars come in one on one side, one on the other, and come in and pinched us tight, and they was full of black boys. And the only other people we could see was National Guard vehicles on the overpass.
That's sure so weird.
And those two cars followed me along for about 20 miles. And when we got down to the Wilmington turnoff, we turned off. Now, that trip, and until about 2 days ago, I thought those people were my enemies. I thought any moment they would pull a gun out and shoot me. But a couple of days ago, I had a different thought. Those people escorted me through the most dangerous time that L.A. ever had. And those people were my angels. They protected me. They made sure I got home. It took me 40 years to realize that they were my friends. But they were.
Clive, Senator Reid put out a statement, and he's quoted as saying, "You're a hateful racist." What's your reaction to that?
Well, Reid's been doing some pretty good work lately. Let me tell you, another thing I've learned, how this all comes up. We had a party here a week ago Friday right here. And before we had that get-together, I had a couple of concerns. One is I thought that everybody, all ethical groups and everybody should be invited. And so I did invite, tried to invite the Spanish people and the black people. But when they came here, there was very few. And I was a little bit sad that they didn't come. And so I sort of reach out to them and say, well, I guess we're going to have another party. And I made a couple of statements and feelings. I don't know what exactly the statement was, but to Glenn Beck, he had some statements on his TV thing, and my daughter read it to me, and I said, that's right. His statement was right. but everybody was taking it wrong. And let me tell you, I don't know how to quite quote it, but here was the thing. I'm wondering, Clive and Bundy's wondering about these people. Now I'm talking about the black community. I'm wondering, are they better off with their young women aborting their children? Are they better off with their young men in prison? And are they better off with the older people on the sidewalks in front of their government-issued homes with a few children on them? Are they better off? Are they happier than they was when they was in the South in front of their homes with their chickens and their gardens and their children around them and their men having something to do? Are they better off? I'm wondering. And that's the question I put before the world. Are they better, or were they better then? I'm not saying that I thought they should be slaves, or I'm never even saying they was better off one way or the other. I'm wondering if they're better off.
What are you trying to say about African Americans, though? What is it?
How he became a multi-millionaire on a senator's salary. Why is the media failing to protect this guy?
Sean Hannity said that your comments the other day were racist and he ignored them. Could you answer him? Explain why he's misinterpreting what he said?
Well, that was what I'm trying to do here. Is he seemed to think that I said that they were better off as slaves. I didn't say that. I said I was wondering. I'm still wondering. Were they better off? Now, let me tell you something about what I've seen with the Negro community. I told you I went through the Watts riot, and I went through the racial, the 1965 and 66 and 67 and those years of racial in Las Vegas, where the schools and all kinds of these riots were coming. And I seen where the Negro left the west side over the back of the tracks and come and started to mingle with the rest of the community. I seen that happen. And I can tell you the truth. I didn't understand. I've been a boy here. I didn't hardly see a black boy until I was probably a teenager. And I didn't understand their custom and cultures. And I didn't understand a lot of things. But I'll tell you what, I am happy to see those people be able to have the freedoms and liberties and be able to feel like they're Americans and be able to move and talk and choose a religion. And what I'm really excited about is the fact that our Constitution was formed that all of us people could have some liberty and freedom and be able to exercise our conscience. And I think everybody in America and throughout the world should be able to exercise their conscience and have some liberty. And I've seen this happen in my life for these people. They're not slaves no more. They seem to be slaves to the welfare system and these type of things, but they have opportunities. I mean, look, we have a good example, I guess. Look how far we've come to have a president